Last week, we followed some of the candidates running for governor in 2019. We sent someone with them on the trail. It's now time for Democrat Andy Beshear. Ryan Lemon spent a day with him, and here's what he found.
With Hey Kentucky watching, let me ask you, how badly do you want to beat Matt Bevin? That's right. This race is bigger than me. I think Matt Bevin is the biggest disaster of a governor that this state has ever seen. He's trying to tear away health care from hundreds of thousands of Kentuckians. If we lose mandatory coverage for pre-existing conditions, that's half of all Kentuckians. And I'm fighting to keep it. The attack on public education, one of the reasons that I fight so hard for public education is I'm a product of it. You know, we have amazing teachers out there that invested in me, and so I hate seeing the name calling from the governor, the attacks on them. These are folks that not only I know, but I owe something to.
The whole thing with the teachers, I mean, it's not going away.
No, and it's wrong for a number of reasons. On the surface level, it's wrong because it's bullying and name calling, and that's always wrong. And it prevents us from moving forward because this governor now wants them to come to the table. How can you trust somebody that's called you names? But the second piece is we ought to be respecting our teachers. Now, they are our best partners. Think about the areas we need to change. We got to get ahead of this drug epidemic. You know, I worry about it for my two kids every day. Who are our best partners? Our teachers. They're with our kids half the day. This governor's locked them out of the Capitol. I want to blow open the doors and invite them in and to be a part of everything we do.
When you decided to put your official running for governor and your name in the hat, I was actually doing Hey Kentucky that night, and I made the comment. I said something like, "Man, I feel like he's been groomed for this moment his whole life." Was that fair?
You know, nobody is entitled or groomed for these jobs. You got to earn it. And when I ran for Attorney General, it was because I wanted to do this job, and I've loved serving as AG. You know, it gives you purpose.
Yeah.
You know, today we announced somebody getting justice from a crime committed in 2011 that otherwise wasn't going to get it. And it was our work as AG and the fact that our current governor isn't helping our families, he's harming our families. And to see the opportunity that's there to do good things and to do the right thing, and it just not being done at all made me want to do this. Since my first day in office, I have dedicated this office for standing up and protecting Kentuckians who have been denied justice and need our help the most.
You had your AG hat on.
I did.
The Attorney General hat. Did a little press conference. Now you got to take it off.
Yes.
And put on your "Hey, I'm running for governor" hat, because you're putting hats on and off all day.
I mean, I start out in the morning as a dad with the dad hat.
That's true. You got to put your dad hat on.
Sometimes I got to be a math tutor. That hat's a difficult one to wear.
Oh, that's probably the hardest hat.
It is, because they teach math differently now.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to do math now. They teach the way they teach it.
And then you know, you're AG, you're a candidate for governor, but I don't want to stop doing the good work that we can do in the office, you know, simply because I'm running. I've become the most aggressive attorney general in this country at suing opioid manufacturers and distributors. They have made hundreds of billions of dollars while our people have died. You have a whole lot of conversations when this starts because you got to prepare for it in a number of ways. You got to prepare in my office where I'm not there as many hours as I want to be. You got to prepare for it at home where the hardest part of running for office is being away from your kids more than you should be and than you want to be. And then you have to prepare for it with your friends and with your family. You got to know that those closest to you will be with you, but in a primary, not everybody's going to be.
Especially now if your kid's a baseball player, baseball season's coming up.
Right.
And not only are you trying to run for office, like I said, you are our Attorney General, and you're going to have a game you want to go see, and he's probably going to be pitching, and you won't be able to go.
He's pitching tonight.
Oh, he's pitching tonight.
So, this is the first season I've been able to coach or assistant coach his baseball team. I will get home tonight, probably a little too late for him to tell me how the game went, and then there'll only probably be 45 minutes that I have with him tomorrow morning, and I hope he wants to talk about it. But my rule, and it's what keeps me anchored as much as the kids, is no matter where I am in Kentucky, I always go home at night. We can be 4 hours away. We can be in one of the Mississippi River counties. We can be at Fulton, or we can be in Harlan, and I still drive home even if we're getting home at 2, even though the kids are getting up at 6. Because if I'm there on some level, their life's normal, and oh my goodness, so is mine. Missing those things is tough.
Yeah.
And so you don't see me at every single forum. You don't see me at every single event that's out there, because my first obligation is to be a good dad to those kids. And so I'm always going to put that first. If I lose a few votes for not being at something because I'm with them, fine. At the end of the day, I think I will be a good governor. but I'm going to be judged by the type of dad that I've been.
You did kind of give me something when we were waiting to get in the car.
Yep.
Are you the reason the 1996 UK basketball team lost a game at Rupp Arena? Is that is this what you're telling me?
I think I may have been the reason that we lost the one home game to Mississippi State. The 96 championship season, one of the best seasons of my life.
Oh, no doubt. One of the best teams of my life.
I went to every single home game until I missed that one.
Except one game.
And they had won every single game until that. So I don't think it was Eric Dampier, and I don't think it was Dante Jones. I think it was my fault.
The fact that you didn't go to the game, Mississippi State, is the one game they lost.
So I apologize to all the Wildcat fans out there that, of course, watch this show. Well, you know, my first job was cleaning out horse stalls for minimum wage.
When you were in high school? Or middle school?
I was in high school. I think I started my first year in high school. Could have been my last year in middle school. But I tell you what, cleaning horse stalls gets you ready for Frankfurt.
Oh.
But
because you're scooping all the horse poop.
Oh yeah, yeah. And but working for minimum wage, even when you're supported by your family, you know, hardly pays the gas money. So while my life wasn't dependent on it, you just see how hard it is for somebody willing to do that work, but only making that minimum amount. You spend a lot of time in the car, but you got to be a attorney general or a governor for all of Kentucky.
You need to rent a helicopter.
Boy, you know, the state, of course, has a fleet, but I'm not sure I could use it right now.
So do you shake a lot of hands, kiss a lot of babies at a stop like this also? Is this like this also?
This will be, we'll have a great opportunity to shake hands, but then it'll be a real opportunity to spend significant time talking about our vision. Talking about why we're running, to tell them what our values are and not just why they ought to vote for us, but what we really want to do and what we can be. This job has given me more purpose than I could have ever asked for in life, and that's exactly why I want to be your governor. Now, I think we got to talk about how we do things better here. Lifting up small businesses, continuing to get people healthier, graduating more people from college, getting more people into skilled trades. That takes work. We can do it.
So how can you do that? How can you relay that message like we're doing here, just talking, and not sound like a politician? You know?
Well, part of it is talking about who you're doing it for and why. When we launched our first ad that's playing right now, we made a decision that it wasn't going to be about me and talking about a whole bunch of different things. It was about Lucas, who is an 8-year-old with diabetes. If they pull back mandatory coverage for pre-existing conditions, what happens to Lucas? If they reinstate lifetime caps, where once your insurance company has spent a certain amount, they don't have to spend any more, you know, what happens to Lucas? This race ought to be about our families and not just about the individual running. And I'm proud that that's the way we started. So I believe in a big, bright future, and I know we can get there.
Now, Andy Beshear will be one of the 3 Democratic candidates who will appear at our debate next Wednesday night on Hey Kentucky. I will moderate from 7 to 8 live from Transylvania. Should be a big night. We hope to see you then.